Welcome to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, founder of the Reiki Business Collective and creator of the Build Your Reiki Business program, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Greetings, welcome. And thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm your host, Christian Stone. So honored and excited to be here with you. So thank you so very much. In this episode, we're talking about client attraction. Specifically, we're talking about why it is so hard to attract Reiki clients. In my work with Reiki practitioners over the years, finding clients is the number one challenge that I hear again and again from my clients and students. How do I find clients is the question that I get over and over and over again. And if you are asking this question too, please know you are not alone and you are in a lot of company. But why? Why is it so hard to attract Reiki clients? We know how amazing Reiki is. We know it is helpful for all kinds of things. We know it's a wonderful personal practice, and we know that Reiki sessions can offer a lot of support to others. But the reasons why it can be so hard to attract Reiki clients vary. There is no one specific reason all of the time. And those reasons are not only unique to the Reiki business owner themselves, but they're also unique to where we are on the Reiki business journey. I like to talk about the Reiki business journey in terms of 3 stages: the nebula, the forest, and the tower. And I use these 3 stages to help us understand where we are on the journey, the challenges that we're experiencing in that particular stage, and how to move through it. And so too, the challenges that we have with attracting clients do vary depending upon the stage that we are in. And each stage has its specific challenges that we move through on the Reiki business journey, in addition, of course, to our own individual unique challenges that honestly are usually not so unique as we might think they are. Because we all have challenges on the Reiki business journey, and there are very common experiences that we all go through. Now, if you'd like to hear more about these stages, down in the show notes, I have a link where you can learn about the 3 stages of the Reiki business journey and find out which stage you are at right now and how to move forward with your next step. In the beginning of our Reiki business journey, at what I call the nebula, when we're just getting started, this is where we often have a real fear of visibility, of being seen. Now, this fear of visibility can and does extend into the other stages on the Reiki business journey, and it shows up in different ways. But visibility is a big challenge for Reiki practitioners, and it is most clear in the nebula because that's when we're just starting out and we're afraid to put ourselves out there. Maybe we're afraid to announce that we are a Reiki practitioner. Maybe we're afraid to announce that we're starting a Reiki business. Maybe we don't want our friends and family to know because we're afraid of what they might think. And so the fear of visibility, especially when we're in the nebula, really holds us back from attracting clients. So if you are afraid of being visible in your Reiki business and of being visible as a Reiki practitioner, I want to encourage you that you are not alone. We all go through this. I know I sure went through this as well on my Reiki business journey. And I want to encourage you to please, please give yourself some grace if you are challenged with being visible and being known as a Reiki practitioner and talking about your Reiki business. This is natural and normal. And so please be gentle on yourself through this process. Indeed, it is a process. But in the nebula, this is such a big fear and a big challenge. And it's one of the reasons why it is so hard to attract clients, especially in the beginning. Because if we're not even comfortable with being known as a Reiki practitioner and talking about Reiki and talking about our Reiki business, then of course it makes sense that it's going to be really hard to bring in clients. Also at the Nebula, we have a real fear of imposter syndrome. Now, imposter syndrome again shows up on the Reiki business journey in these 3 stages in different ways, and it is very much a part of the nebula. So, like challenges with visibility, imposter syndrome doesn't completely go away. It just looks different throughout the 3 stages. But when we feel like an imposter in the nebula, who am I to start a Reiki business? Who am I to charge for Reiki? Or feelings of not being good enough? All hold us back from moving forward, from quote unquote putting ourselves out there and being visible, and feeling even like we have something to offer. We might want very much in our heart of hearts to help people with Reiki, maybe because it has really helped us and we know how impactful it is. But who am I to be a Reiki practitioner, helping others? Who am I to offer sessions? Who am I to teach? Who am I to charge? Who am I to follow my Reiki business dreams? Others can do this, but I just don't know if I can. I just don't know if it's for me. I just don't know if I deserve it. And all of this means that in the nebula, it's so hard to get started and so hard to find clients because we aren't putting ourselves out there enough. We're afraid to. We're holding back. We aren't using our voice. We're not being visible. And people don't even know that we can help them. This is why it is so challenging in the nebula to attract clients. We are afraid to put ourselves out there, to have conversations, to make connections, and to be known as a Reiki practitioner. Now again, if this is you, I encourage you to release judgment of yourself. It's part of the process. It's part of the Reiki business journey. And Reiki, the energy, is not judging us for our challenges with talking about Reiki. So let's not judge ourselves. Now, in the forest, the next stage of the Reiki business journey, this is after we have gotten started. Maybe we've gotten a few clients. At this point, probably our clients are not consistent. So we have some, but we don't have a consistent schedule of clients. And it feels hard to bring in new clients. In the forest, we are really in the thick of it on our Reiki business journey. And the forest can last on the Reiki business journey for a very long time. At this stage, we are often trying all of the things and we're doing all of the things, but nothing seems to be working. And the doing all of the things, the throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks kind of stuff that we do in the forest is often the very thing that holds us back from attracting clients. So yes, Hear this. In the forest, when we are doing all of the things to try to attract clients, it's the doing all of the things that is actually not helping to attract clients. It's because in the forest, our energy is scattered, our focus is in all kinds of places. Maybe, for instance, we are on all of the social media platforms because, well, shouldn't we have a presence on all of the platforms? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? And so when our energy is focused on all of the platforms, we can't really use a single one of them effectively. The way that I like to talk about it, in the forest, we are digging a bunch of shallow holes rather than one deep hole. And it's the digging of the deep holes that is really going to help us to attract clients in aligned ways. Doing all of the things is one of the reasons why burnout really happens in the forest. Why we get tired of social media, why we feel marketing fatigue, why we don't want to put ourselves out there, that lack of visibility again, because we're just burned out. So if you too are in the forest on your Reiki business journey, you've been at it for a little bit, you're past the beginning stage of the nebula where you're just getting started and you are really into it on your Reiki business journey, it's still hard to attract clients at this stage because we simply don't yet know exactly what works. And we keep trying new and different things to figure it out. And so, yes, if you are trying all of the things, indeed, you are not alone. This is part of the Reiki business journey as well. Now, finally, the third stage of the Reiki business journey is the tower. And I call it the tower after the tarot card, the tower. You know, the tower card where things are crashing, falling down, there's chaos and destruction. Yep, just like that on our Reiki business journey. But here's the thing with the tower, it's actually a good thing. The tower comes after we have been working in our Reiki business for a while, maybe a few years. And it's the point on the journey when we realize that things no longer fit. The Reiki business that we've been building no longer feels aligned. It's not what we want. And at the tower, we often have an oh no kind of feeling. Oh no, what have I done? I've just built the wrong business. Oh no, what have I done? I've just spent all of these years working on this business that no longer feels aligned. Oh no, I want to tear it all down and redo it all over again. But the tower only comes from all of the other stuff that we've done before it. And that includes all of the stuff that we've tried to attract clients. And the tower is a point of clarity on our Reiki business journey. And when it comes to attracting clients, the clarity that we can get in the tower helps us to see that our existing marketing is no longer aligned. So what we're offering or the way that we're talking about it no longer resonates with us or even with our clients and students. The tower is a real identity shift kind of experience. And when we have an identity shift, how we show up in our business changes and needs to change. And how we attract clients changes and needs to change. Because it's time to let go of what used to work, what no longer works, or what even works but no longer feels aligned. And it's time to attract clients that are aligned with where we are. And so attracting clients at the tower feels so hard simply because, or not so simply because it's really not simple, but our frequency has changed. And we may be emitting an old frequency for new clients. What I mean is that we have grown and changed and evolved, and our messaging needs to grow and change and evolve along with that in order to attract the right clients who are also operating at that different frequency. So the tower feels hard for attracting clients, not just because the tower feels hard, period, but also because anytime we have a big shift in our business, what we do and how we do it needs to shift as well. As a matter of fact, that's typically the whole shift, is that we want to be doing something else and we want to be doing it differently. And so attracting clients on the Reiki business journey is not easy, but it's not easy for different reasons at different stages. Now, some might say, oh, it's not easy to attract Reiki clients because no one knows what Reiki is. Yes, this is true, of course, depending upon where you are in the world. Yes, indeed, this is part of it. Or some may say it's so hard to attract Reiki clients because no one wants Reiki. But we know that's not true because we like Reiki, and believe me, there are thousands, millions of people in the world who also like Reiki. But attracting clients feels hard for different reasons at different stages on the Reiki business journey. And in the next episode, I'm sharing with you ways that you can attract clients, whether you are in the nebula, the forest, or the tower. So in this episode, I've shared with you why it feels so hard to attract clients. And in the next episode, I'll share with you how you can attract clients depending on which stage of the journey you are at. And of course, for more on these 3 Reiki business stages, I've got a workshop recording walking you through each of these stages to help you discover which stage you are in, what to expect, and steps that you can take to move forward from where you are. All of the challenges that you've been experiencing will suddenly make sense. The link is down below. You can check it out at reikibusiness.com/stages. Get that recording and tune in right now. So, does attracting clients feel hard to you? Why does it feel so hard to attract clients in our Reiki business? Join us in the Reiki Business Collective Facebook group and tell us all about it at facebook.com/groups/Reiki Biz. Yes, that link is down below as well. Sending lots of blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Thanks for tuning in to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend. Learn more about the Build Your Reiki Business program at standingstoneshealing.com/build. Sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business.